Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Stacy and I am going to get right into it tonight. We're not going to do all the extra stuff, but I would like to say first of all, thank you for tuning in. For those of you that are already subbies and part of my fam, thank you for tuning back in. And for those of you that's not a part of the fam, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and like this video, and feel free to leave your comments in the bottom. I love suggestions. I'm still new to this, and I am looking for all suggestions, so I can give you guys what all you want, and we can talk back and forth, and we can continue to knit this family even closer. So with that, I'm going to get right into it. I really want to talk about the other night, going live. I really enjoyed that, guys. I don't know how you all felt about it, but I loved it. I really enjoyed it. We had a few niches here and there, but I think I like the live better because you are interacting in a sense with everyone. And everybody was speaking, saying hello. We had a couple of bumps here and there, but we got through them very quickly. But I don't know, I just like the live better. It just seems a little more personal. But either way, whatever it takes to get the word out and for us to interact, and I'm loving the comments. I'm getting a lot of comments. I want to say thank you for those of you that have went and found me on Instagram. And that have became my followers and that's been watching me. I'm definitely going to start doing live on Instagram simply because I can play music. And, I like the music. I don't want to, blazing or overpowering what I'm saying, but, just to have it in the background. And then that also give you all time to, say things to me. I can see it and we can respond and we can keep it moving. I like that. The only thing about IG is that it does, I think, erase after 24 hours. So that's the only thing about IG. But either way, I'm still learning YouTube and their rules and regulations. But I did like the YouTube live. I did enjoy that. I really did. But anyway, so how's everyone doing tonight? I'm already got me something. It's the what I had in my little coffee mug the other night. It's the pomegranate vodka with the cran pineapple, and I put a little lemon juice in it. But that's what I'm drinking on tonight. It's my nightcap. And I'm probably going to open up these. These are like my favorite chips, y'all. I love, love, love these chips. I just can't find them in the big bag. This is the 1.875 ounce bag. So if anybody out there know where I can get these in a bigger bag, please, please, please leave it down in the comments below. Because I love those bags. I usually just have to go in and like grab several of them. And the only place that I've seen them is in the convenience stores, but I haven't seen any bags bigger than the little bags. So again, if anybody know where I can get those in a bigger bag, please let me know. That's like my favorite chip. I love chips, but that's like my absolute favorite. And then my second favorite is the Munchos. But I don't like all the, I don't have to have all those sauces. And but I do like the honey. Who are they made by? They're called the honey barbecue, the honey hot barbecue. I love those. But anyway, so how's everybody doing out there? It's several things I want to talk about tonight, but I'm gonna keep this real short and sweet tonight. Because I guess on this right here tonight, I want a lot of feedback. I want to hear what you all have to say. And I want to react because I think this is going to help both of us. But I want to know, have you all had someone, have you ever been involved with someone that is like a love-hate relationship? You would love to hate them. I told you before, I don't throw people away. I really don't. I try to work out whatever the issue is. But what do you It's not what do you do. I know what to do. But I have this person in my life that I've been dealing with on and off for a few years. And he I don't know what he expects from me. I just know I'm trying not to be mean. But one thing about me, when I get over something, when I'm over it, I'm over it. And I have been dealing with this nonsense, and one minute we're talking, next minute we're not. One minute we're talking, next minute we're not. We're good, and then he get mad in the middle of a sentence, and it all comes from because I won't act the way he want me to, which is funny because I'm like, it's almost like he's so used to women like falling at his feet, so to speak, and doing whatever he wants. And because I'm not that woman, and I told him that in the very beginning, I told him. And I'm not gonna use his name, so I'm just gonna either refer to him as him or Mr. Wrong. But I told him in the beginning, I see what you're used to, and I get it, I hear it, I pay very close attention, but understand something. I'm not her. I'm not her. If you're looking for a woman that's gonna jump through hoops to be with you, then I'm so not that woman, because I don't require you to jump through hoops to be with me. If you're looking for a woman to run after you, I'm not her, because I don't require nobody to run after me. But I do believe the man is supposed to be the chaser. I'm old school, so hey, I know things have changed, and now it's to the point where when women see what they want, they take off running and they go after it. No, because my thing is, I was always taught, however you start out in a relationship or whatever, friendship, whatever, however you start out, that's how you have to continue. I'm not chasing after nobody, because I don't require anyone to chase after me. If I like you, I like you. If I like you, I like you. If I'm interested in you, I'm interested in you. You don't have to play games. I'm not going to require you to do all these different tricks and all this crazy stuff to get my attention. If I'm interested, I'm interested. If I'm not, I'm not. But this particular person, he is used to women chasing after him. He used to women doing what he want. And then we know when he get mad, all he had to do is act like he got an attitude. And whatever he wanted them to do that they initially said no to, they'll do it anyway. Well, I'm not her. So we bump heads a lot. And one minute we getting along, next minute we not. And, I laugh because I'm like, okay, we've been talking for a month or 2 months or 3 months. So, yeah, it's about time for him to get mad at me and act stupid. Then I ain't going to hear from him for another month or two. And then he's going to pop up out of the blue. And he's going to text me or call me and going to act like nothing has happened. And And I already know. It's so predictable. I already know. But the thing is, this has happened yet again. And the thing, in the past times, when I didn't want to be bothered, I didn't respond. He would get mad and he might go a little bit longer. But then it's like it's like lately he had been catching me when, I hate to say I was bored, but that's what it was. I was bored. And yes, let me, say this. He is younger than me. Not going to say by how many years, but he is younger than me. But I used to tell him all the time, and I still tell him, and I don't think he's quite gotten it. I tell him all the time, understand something. You know how you feel about yourself, and you feel like you ain't got to go through nothing with no woman because there's other women that are trying to get at you, yada, yada, yada. I feel the exact same way about myself. So if the same way how you're thinking, I feel the same way. I'm not going to go through no changes with no man because I don't have to. Why should I? Because the bottom line is, if you want me, You're going to do what you have to do. I don't have to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you really want me and you really want to be with me, you will figure it out. And yes, we can talk. You can ask me questions. I'm going to answer them honestly. But the bottom line I'm saying is I'm not going to play games with you. And I'm not going to play with your feelings. If I really don't want you, if I really don't like you, I'm not going to lead you on to make you think I like you. I'm not going to do that, because I truly believe in what goes around comes around. I don't want nobody playing with my feelings, so I'm not going to play with your feelings. But when you find somebody that loves to play games, unfortunately, if you're going to entertain it, you have to get on their level. And he is that person. And it's like the more I talk, and the more almost like he just don't listen. I don't know. But I've gotten yet another call. And it's like the way he come at me, I'm like, and then it's like if I don't respond, then he'll keep texting, then eventually I get a phone call. But like today, early, like y'all, it wasn't even 6 o'clock. It was like 5 something in the morning. And I get this text. And I just looked at it. And I shook my head and I was like, you know what? This is why I said I'm going to start turning my phone off at night. But I don't, because I have family. I have my mother. I have my aunts and uncles, my cousins. I have my son-in-law that is working all the time, and or anything can happen. I have my children. They're grown, but anything can happen. So I don't turn my telephone off at night. I don't even turn my ringer off. I leave it up loud so I can hear if someone should call or text me. But anyway, I got a text early this morning. I'm like, here we go. And all day. And it's like I wasn't responding like he wanted me to this morning. So then I get a phone call. And then you want to go back to some nonsense that I told him, look, first of all, it's too early in the morning. Because he kept texting me from like 5:30 to probably about 6:15, something like that. And then he called me. Honey, it's too early in the morning. I'm not going to go through that with you. What do you want? Why are you acting like that? It is not. I'm not acting like anything. It's just too early to entertain this. What do you want? And he want to go back to something that happened a month ago. And I'm sitting here like, we done had that conversation already, and I'm not finna have it again. And I'm surely not finna have it at no 6:30 in the morning. So come with something better than that. So we going back and forth, and then he want to plead his case, that kind of nonsense. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you how I knew. I'm like, I've been saying I was done, but I realized I'm really done with this whole nonsense. Why? Because he's talking, and it was some things I said to him that I hadn't said before. And the reason I hadn't said it before was because I didn't want to hurt his feelings or offend him. But today it was like, I really didn't care. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm over this. This is like, there's no purpose in this. It's a dead end. And I'm tired of getting entangled with nonsense. I'm like, you're not doing anything to me that I'm not allowing. I can't get mad if you keep being the same person, because again, I knew who you were shortly after I met you. So, and again, like Maya Angelou said, when a person show you who they are, believe them. And that's where I'm at with him. I'm like, you can't get mad for a person acting the way that they're going to act and being who that they are. They're being themselves. If anything, you get mad at yourself because you keep allowing the foolishness in. And I made up in my mind this last time, this is a dead end situation. Why do I keep allowing myself to stay in this dead end situation? Okay, Stacey, so you get bored. So he keep coming around when you're not when you're not involved with nobody or nothing. Okay, so what they're saying, find some hobbies, and that's what I was like. Right now, I'm really focusing on this YouTube. This is like my outlet. I'm loving this. I'm loving being able to talk. And yes, the conversations will get more personal, more deeper and deeper as time go on. I'm still fresh at this. I'm only a week into this. So yes, I still got to work out some niches. And yes, I'm still going to hesitate and ramble on and do that kind of stuff because it's still fresh. But this is my new project. This is my new baby. So I'm like, this couldn't have came at a better time because I am tired of this other stuff. And I'm like, you know what, Stacey? You help other people not keep repeating cycles, and you giving all this advice to other people. And I've been like that all my life, y'all. I've always been the person that people will come to talk to. But I'm like, you're giving all this advice to people. Listen to yourself. And what self is saying is stop giving energy to a dead situation. And when I say I've been getting texts all day, I have. And even with the last one just was stupid. I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm sitting like, your wording is horrible. And he didn't like the response that I gave him because I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want nothing. I don't even want your conversation no more because it's the same old conversation and it's not benefiting nobody because you are so stuck in your own thoughts and your own ways that you're not even hearing me. And that's one thing that I was always taught, and that is true story. When somebody is saying something or doing something that hurts you, and if you don't tell them, you can't get mad at a person because you haven't told them. And that's one thing but when you tell a person, you doing X, Y, and Z, and I don't like it, it's making me feel like this, it hurt me, and they still do it, they don't care. But if I'm telling you that this is bothering me and this hurt me and yada yada, and I'm going through it and I'm telling you, and I see you making the effort trying to change it, then I can work with you. We can work on whatever the problem is because you have shown me that you care about me and you care about my feelings because you care enough to even try. But when I'm telling you something and you just still doing what you want to do and acting the way you want to, and it does not matter, then you don't care. So if you don't care, then why should I care about where this is going? Is stop. I'm like, when I look back, I've wasted too much time on people that was not worth it. And then I found myself, so now because I don't waste all this time on you, I don't, it's like I'm tapped out with the next person. I'm like, you know what? Because it's like I done gave you so much, I done gave this dead situation so much energy and so much attention that when something that has potential come along, I really don't feel like being bothered. We have got to stop doing it. Ladies, stop giving men attention and giving them your energy when you already see from the beginning that it's not going nowhere. And I'm saying the same thing to men because you got women out there the same way. Stop giving women, if you know you're a good man, you know if you're a good man or not. You know if you are an asset, you know what your worth. And if you find yourself dealing with a woman and she is just being everything that you don't need, then okay, leave her alone. We mess up because we try to change people. I'm over that. I know I can't change somebody because I'm being honest here. I can't change myself without the help of God. I can't do it. My focus is to work on self. The only thing that he said today that made sense to me, and he don't even realize what he said and how he confirmed what I had already said. The only thing that he said today that made sense was he said, when are you going to start doing what you want to do? You do everything else for everybody else and what helps everybody else. When are you going to start doing what you want to do? I'm like, he just confirmed and don't even know it. Thank you. So I know it's going to be a couple, he going to keep going on, but I am, and I said, I want to stay so busy, and I'm being honest. This is why I'm asking for the feedback. This is why I'm asking for the comments and the suggestions on things that I can do. I've gotten a lot of comments and suggestions. I'm going to eventually do a tutorial, makeup tutorial. I'm going to eventually do a nail tutorial. Those are things that I'm going to initially, at some point I'm going to do. It's just, but that's why I'm asking for the suggestions and all that, because I want to stay busy. There's a saying that goes, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. That's true, because that's all that's simply saying is, if you're not busy doing something productive, you're gonna get distracted by something foolish. If if you're not being productive and doing things to better yourself and better your situations, when you're sitting idle, you begin to overthink. You begin to start entertaining foolishness, and then you find yourself doing things that you normally would not have done, but at the time of your state of idleness, it was appealing. It looked good, so you're like, why not? And then you realize, oh, that's why I never did it, because that was foolishness. Stay busy. Get a hobby. If you don't, if you don't like my hobbies, I got enough things that can keep me busy. I just got away from them. I love to read. I love to do crafts. So just those two things alone, just doing crafts, just reading, and I got a ton of books to read. Just reading, that stuff keeps you busy. So I'm at a point with him. Like I said, it's within the next few days. I know I'm still going to get some foolishness out of him. But at this point, I have to just ignore. I've said what I need to say. I know he's not going to accept it. And I know he's going to miss, and like I always would tell him, when he would be saying, little foolish things, I'm like, honey, I know who I am. I bet you miss me before I miss you. Because I know who I am. I know what I brought to the table. I know what I did. So you gonna miss, and I'm not talking about materialistic things and stuff like that. Because one thing I don't do, I don't get in your pockets, and I'm not letting you get in mine. But no. As far as me being a person, I do speak life into a person. I do push people. I do encourage people. I'm a very respectable person. If I'm involved with you, as long as you're halfway trying to act right, I'm going to treat you with respect. Before I start disrespecting you, I stop dealing with you. And I don't care who you are. You can be male or female. You can be older or younger. You can be related. But if I got to start getting to a point where I'm disrespecting you, I'm going to have to cut you off. So this is still a story in the making. It's still something going on, not on in my head, but I'm sure it is. And my advice to everybody, whether it's Mr. Wrong or Mrs. Wrong, time is too precious. Time is the one thing that once it's gone, you can never get it back. If you find yourself in a dead-end relationship, whether you're romantically involved, whether you're just friends, whatever. If you find yourself in a relationship, a situation with someone that is not going anywhere, and it has truly drained you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and in a lot of cases, financially, cut it off. Let it go. Don't allow it to take everything from you and you hit rock bottom before you realize, I should have stopped this way back when. If you are in that situation, now it's time to figure out how to get out of it. And one thing, I'm not, I know there's people in different situations. I used to, also I heard growing up, sometimes you can't just snatch your hand at the lion's mouth. You got to ease it out of the lion's mouth. Meaning, sometimes when you're in a hard situation, a rough situation, a potentially bad, dangerous situation, you have got to figure out how to slowly come out of that situation. You can't just, go cold turkey, stop. You have to kind of figure what your way out. The way I used to do, and I'm being honest, because I've been in some bad relationships, and once I realized that, okay, he's crazy, or this is, he might not act right. And this was after I learned my lesson with the first one. So after that first one, I realized what I had to do from that day forward. Because see, with the first one, that's a story for a different day, I got stalked. And I mean, yeah, he had my nerves bad. But I learned from that one that when I felt myself, when things was getting bad and we've been dating for a while, and I know you was close to me, or, really had some major feelings and it wasn't working, I didn't break up with him. I wouldn't break up with guys. I would let guys break up with me. I would start doing the crazy stuff. And I would just keep those. And the one thing that men do not like, ladies, they don't like a nagger. So I became that nagger. And a lot of times I had to remind myself to nag about something, because I'm not a nagger. I don't do that. I don't do that because I don't like people doing it. So I would have to make myself be a nagger. And every time I'm nagging, every time I was picking arguments and acting, just being stupid, going through, doing stuff I ain't had no business, I did that to get him to break up with me. And see, as long as a man break up with you, you ain't never got to worry about him stalking you. You ain't got to worry about it. So if you know you're dealing with somebody that's potentially crazy, the way you can get out of it safely, and I'm laughing, but this worked for me. Now, if you got a real client, you might have to get, law and go to a different. So I'm not talking about it because I've never been in a domestic violence relationship, so I can't speak on that. I'm not an expert, so I'm not trying to give nobody some advice that can potentially put them in danger or their children in danger. What I'm saying is, when you got somebody that he just want to act a fool or whatever, but he's, you want to get out of it. For me, like I said, I would start doing things to make him break up with me. Once he broke up with me, and in actuality, I had broke up with him long before, but he didn't know it. So I would do things so he would break up with me. And it worked. And guess what? After that first stalker, and I'm about to tell y'all about that one. After that first stalker, you didn't have to worry about Miss Brown no more. I learned from that one. Because see, that was it was crazy. But anyway, I think that's gonna be my next story time, because I be trying to figure out what can I talk about. I like to do live, I realize. But yeah. So share some of your stories with me about your Mr. Wrong, or your Mrs. Wrong for that matter. And, let me know if you're still in it, what you plan on doing, if you're out of it, how'd you get out of it, how did it work out for you, so that information can possibly help somebody else. Mr. Wrong, absolutely not. Don't keep wasting your time on it. But anyway, I'm going to finish up my little nightcap. And before this, I just looked down and saw this. Guys, thank you. Do y'all realize I am at like over 1,100, almost 1,200. I'm on my way to 1,200 subscribers in a week. I mean, the love has been amazing. But look, thank you. I'm so appreciative. And I need the feedback. Give me the feedback. Give me some suggestions. Tell me what you feel like I should do, shouldn't do. I love constructive criticism. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Just, But we're all family. So family should be able to talk about anything, right? Right. But yes. So thank you all. I'm not going to keep you any longer. I'm going to go ahead and end this for tonight. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the like button. Leave your comments below. And your suggestions and all of that, so that we can keep this thing going. And I think my next one, which I might put up tomorrow or the next day, I want to talk about my little stalking incidents. But I love you all. I hope you got something out of it. And I will keep you up to date on what's going on, even with this, even if I have to kind of mention it in another video and then move on to the next subject. But until then, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, night, day. Don't know what time you're going to watch it. But I love you, and tune in to next time. Keep a watch out and go to my Instagram and subscribe and friend me so that you can catch me live. Because I think, like I said, I think I'm going to get ready to go over there in a few. Ms. M-I-Z-Z Stacy, S-T-A-C-Y-B. Ms. Stacy B on Instagram. Love you guys. Good night.